Hello, I'm Brenda the Builder, and I love to build things. But you have to be good at balance. Are you good at balance? Can you balance on one foot? Whoa! I love to build houses out of all sorts of things. I wonder if you looked around your houses, maybe you could find stuff to build houses out of. I'm going to build a house out of cushions. Let's build a house out of books. Let's build a house out of toilet rolls. Luckily, I tend to build my houses out of bricks. This seems to be the best bet. Only my three little friends didn't get it straight away. Let me tell you all about it. My story takes place in a deep, dark wood. I wonder who lives in this wood. Do you think it's a little mouse with a little twitchy nose? Can you give me a twitchy nose? And little whiskers? And teeny tiny ears? And can you squeak like a mouse? Or maybe a big owl lives in the wood with huge eyes. Give me those huge eyes. Oh, and a big peggy beak. And big wings. And what noise does an owl make? Or maybe we're going to find somebody in this wood with knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous at the end of his nose. Oh no! You don't think we're going to see a Gruffalo, do you? Not today. Because today, in this deep, dark wood, we're going to meet three little friends. In the middle of a wood was a pretty little cottage. And in the cottage, there lived a mummy pig and her three little piglets, Peter, Paul, and Percy. Oh, this cottage of ours is getting a little full, said Mummy Pig. Ever since you lot have grown up, it's a squash and a squeeze in here. I think it's time you lot packed up your suitcases and found your own little houses. And so the three little pigs packed up their suitcases and went for a walk in the woods to find a new home. Today we went a-walking, a-walking, a-walking. Today we went a-walking, a-walking through the wood. We walked through the long grass, the long grass, the long grass. They walked through the long grass, a swishy, swashy, swish. They walked through the river, the river, the river. They walked through the river, a splishy, splashy, splish. They walked through the forest, the forest, the forest. They walked through the forest, trip, stumble, trip. Wait a minute! Grass? River? Forest? We're not going to see any bears, are we? Ah!
Well, it wasn't long before the path took them past a field of straw. "Woo! Straw!" said Peter. "I could make a lovely house out of that." And he bid his two brothers farewell as he started to build his own house. Can you help Peter build his home? Maybe you've got some cushions about, or some books, or even some toilet roll. Are you ready? Here we go. We're going to build it, build it, build it out of straw. We're gonna build it, build it, build it out of straw. Do you think that it will hold, or do you think that it will fold? We're gonna build it, build it, build it out of straw. Well, it wasn't long before there was a knock at the door, and a big bad wolf appeared. "Little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, I'll not let you in." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. And poor little Peter ran off to find his brothers. Meanwhile, the two brothers had walked a bit further into the woods, where, of course, they'd found lots of sticks. "Oh, sticks," said Paul. "I could make a lovely home out of these." And so he bid farewell to his brother and started to build his home. Did you blow down your first house when the wolf did? Are you ready to help Paul build his house? Here we go then. Grab your cushions or your books or your toilet rolls and off we go. We're going to build it, build it, build it out of sticks. We're going to build it, build it, build it out of sticks. Do you think that it will fold, or do you think that it will hold? We're gonna build it, build it, build it out of sticks. Well, Paul Pig was just about finished and putting his feet up and the kettle on when suddenly his brother Peter came rushing in. "Ooh, ooh, 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 watch out! Ooh, 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 watch out! There's a wolf! There's a wolf! There's a wolf!" And suddenly there was a knock at the door. "Little pig, let me come in." "Not by the hair of our chinny chin chin, we'll not let you in." "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house in. And poor Peter and Paul both went running off to find their brother. Now Percy was a little cleverer than his brothers, and as he was walking along, he came across a village where I was building a house from bricks. "Bricks," he said. "Eureka! I will build my house from bricks." And he bought a great pile from me. Did you blow over your last house when the wolf did? Can you help Percy to build his house? Here we go. Don't forget to get your cushions, or your books, or your toilet roll. And off we go. We're going to build it, build it, build it out of brick. We're going to build it, build it, build it out of brick. Do you think that it will hold, or do you think that it will fold? We're gonna build it, build it, build it out of brick. Well, Percy had just finished building his house of bricks when suddenly his brothers came rushing down the path. "Oh, Percy! Oh, help! There's a And suddenly the big bad wolf appeared.
little pigs, let me come in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. I'll not let you in.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow the house in. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew. Oh, I'll try again. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew. And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew. Oh, this is no good. There must be a better way. And then he spotted the chimney. I'm gonna slide down the chimney.
But Percy had a plan. He and his brothers got a big pot full of water and put it over a hot fire. As it bubbled and boiled, the wolf came down the chimney. Splosh into the pot. Ho, 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 ah! And flew back up the chimney again and ran through the woods. And that was the last they ever saw of the naughty wolf, although I hear he did cause some trouble at Little Red Riding Hood's house. And from that day forward, the 3 little pigs lived happily ever after in their little brick house.